I live a few minutes away from the Britannia Hotel. Now, you can see I'm a brown bloke, right? This isn't about racism, it's about valid concerns. I've had to call the police twice in our local park because, unfortunately, some of the chaps have been doing things they shouldn't, including one gentleman in the child's playground armed with scissors. You know, the police have had to come and take them away. It's not about race. I am the same race as some of them blokes, right? But there are things happening that we need to address. We need to put in place proper safeguarding. That hasn't been done. Therefore, people are protesting, right? And unless you think that all of the people on the Isle of Dogs who are concerned about this, who are Sri Lankan like me, or Japanese like my wife, or Bangladeshi, or Egyptian, or Italian, or Croatian, or whatever, all in our group, well, they're not, are they? But they are concerned about their daughters because of what's happening. And we've had to call the police multiple times. Nothing to do with race. Valid concerns, concerned parents. I'm worried about my 4-year-old because she was meters away from a man armed with scissors. So if that makes me a far-right racist, then we need to seriously look at what we're doing as a country, if that's the definition.
Recently, I did an investigation into Tower Hamlets and the change of demographic. I think people are just worried, and rightly so. Your heritage is your history is very important. I think the people that are meeting here are peaceful, repeatedly so, proven to be peaceful. There is no issue, and I believe that the councils and all those involved are pushing hate and division in order to keep us separated, to further control us and go down that road.
I challenge them to find anything that I've said that's ever racist, ever far right. I don't care if you're white, black or brown. You should not enter this country illegally. And even if they was Ukrainians or Bulgarians and they were committing these crimes like we've seen in Epping, a 14-year-old girl sexually abused, assaulted, we would be protesting. So they're trying to make it a racial thing. It's not. I'm here, let our women and girls speak. At the end of the day, they're trying to silence our women and our girls by labelling them as extreme or labelling them as racist or far right. We will not put up with that. At the end of the day, again, you will not see any racism here. This is about sticking up for women and children in our areas. The crime emanating from these migrant hotels is off the charts. And at the end of the day, we should have the right to protest that. So that is why we're here.
They're all going to vote in favour of deeming us far-right, racist, fascist thugs. I mean, and when you look at the Pink Ladies as a whole, I mean, and you've got 70 and 80-year-olds, I think one of them's in her 90s. I mean, really? And it is a multicultural background that we come from, of the Pink Ladies, you know, but our women were scared, a lot of them, to turn up today because of where we are. We're not in Epping. We're not in areas where no one comes out to counter-protest against you. And when you've got the local residents here that are predominantly from a certain background, you know. But I was speaking to a guy earlier, he lives here, he's a Pakistani guy, and he come up to me and he said, I want to thank you. He said, I believe in what you're doing. He said, I've looked at your back where it says, Save Our Kids. And he said, that is what we should all be wanting to do. He said, and I'm fed up with people coming here and policing the system. He went, I fled that. I come here because I didn't want that. He said, and you know, he went, I want to protect this country. He said, and I'm glad that people like you have come here, especially to Tower Hamlets, where people are deterred of coming. I think it's ridiculous they want to label us as far right, and I think that the powers that be above this council, our government, should be saying to them that you're not even allowed to be having this discussion, because if you're going to label women that are here protecting women and children, if you're going to label them as far right fascist neo-Nazis, then what has this country come to? We have fought for centuries for women to have equal rights to men, and basically what they are saying is that they want to silence us, and by silencing us it will push this country back over 100 years. I would not be, obviously I do not dress in pink spray paint every day, but what I am doing is a stand to say that we are evolved in this country. Women do have the rights to wear what they want. Women do have the rights to be outspoken. And by them achieving what they're wanting to achieve, it will mean that women will be silenced. And I am worried about where this country is headed.
We are mothers and grandmothers who are saying you are bringing in men who are undocumented. Most now are coming because they've been expelled from Europe for committing crimes, or their asylum has failed in a European country, another European country. They are coming here and being put in hotels next to schools and in the middle of our communities with no checks. It wouldn't matter if these men were green or blue. We do not know who they are. I do not want my children being subjected to men en masse with no background checks. Simple. That is the long and short of it. Nothing about racism, nothing about being far right. We're just normal mothers, and we have these people over here now screaming and shouting at us and calling us far right extremists. Why are we far right extremists? Now, my argument would be that they are the racists because they are the ones that have spent the last 5 days screaming about death to the Jews. So I think what they need to do is go away and think about what they're saying and think about their actions, and then maybe come back and have a sensible conversation. If we let Tower Hamlets label us extreme far right, then others will do it. Other councils across the country will do it, and that is all to silence us. They want to silence us about this. They want to silence us about our questions around migrants. They want to silence us about the rape gang inquiry, and so on and so forth. And the more they shut us down, the less questions we ask. That's what this is about. That is all it is about. How can you be racist, flying your flag in the country in which you are standing in? It does not make sense. It's not like we're putting up swastikas. It's not like people are putting up, flags from different countries. They're putting up a flag of the country we all live in. That cannot, by definition, be racist. Simple.